so many times.
I
I don't
keep
even like
on
Dunkin' Donuts.
internet dying. I went
Mm.
into invisible mode on Discord now because I know Lotus just refuses to turn off notifications. And she gets notified on like 3 different servers when I go live. And now with her just leaving, he's funky. Oh shoot, the stream came back. Hello, people. Scuffed stream times. So, at the end of the first part of this VOD, I ended off going like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go, or maybe in the start of the next VOD actually, but I was like, hey, I'm gonna go eat some food and I'll be back. So then I muted up. I came, I ate some food. It was Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Uh, and then very shortly after that, little Miss Wedding Girl wanted to talk for a little bit. Little Miss Lotus came by. And obviously, I was going to prioritize her before the stream. But that went on for a lot longer than I thought. So I made
Can't
everybody
believe
sit
your
in
friend
silence.
mattered more than the stream.
Huh?
I can't believe your best friend on the day before her wedding day matters more than your stream.
I know, right? That's so
Unbelievable.
unlike me.
So
Usually I always
unprofessional.
I always put my stream before everyone else all the time. But today I was just like, you know what? I'll do it out of pity.
Out of pity.
Out of pity.
This is my gift to you, Lotus.
Happy wedding gift. You get a pity interaction. But anyway, so that part of the VOD broke itself up because it keeps crashing and restarting. But that one was practically the entire VOD being in silence. But I still farmed those ads, that ad revenue. But I'm probably not going to turn that into an actual VOD for the actual VOD channel. That's going to simply be dead. So if you don't want to miss opportunities like sitting for like a 40 to 45 minute stream of just pure silence staring at this one image, be sure to stop by live at twitch.tv/Silapse. I don't know. Trying to
To
promote.
just watch a frowning Pip-Boy for 40 minutes.
Yep. I wouldn't spend my time any other way. Sorry, Lotus, can't talk. Too busy watching Pip-Boy. Pip-Boy in the corner. I love putting my wrist to my face and just staring. But anyway, now we're going to get back into the video game. I'm equipping my glasses. They're now on my face. And
Okay.
what was I doing? I was killing people. That's what I was doing. Ugh. Oh yeah, also, Snoo's here. If you
Yes,
didn't
hello.
notice. That is Snoo. However, I think you're actually going to be in the way of the health bar, so I'm going to put you on the roof like I do everybody else.
Okay.
You're a bit of a funky one, Snoo. You're different from the others. You actually have a not just placeable area. You got 2 flat parts of you.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to move you a certain way.
I can probably, like, change the image.
Oh, no. I'm saying that for funsies. You're all good. You're
Okay.
all good. I'm going to put you in this little corner. I forgot Kumo's massive on this. Because his PNG is just so long. Don't
Long
tell
spider.
Lotus that as soon as I stopped talking with her, I started talking about Kumo's longness on my stream. I'm afraid she might get the wrong idea.
She just wakes up spontaneously and starts messaging you.
Silapse, what the fuck are you doing with my husband? Well, you see, Lotus, he has a really long thing, and I just can't stop thinking about it. It'll be okay. Hopefully. And if it isn't, she's in the US and I am not.
She'll have to
So,
cross a border to get to you.
The unfortunate thing is, she has dual citizenship. She is able to come to Canada,
Oh, I didn't know that.
but I, on the other hand, can't go to America, so I'm stuck
Yeah,
over here.
yeah. Isn't the border between like America and Canada super strict after COVID?
I have absolutely no idea.
I only like vaguely know of it because our roommate Chalk goes on a yearly ski trip with his family,
Yeah,
and last year he wasn't able to go because COVID.
yeah. They might have dialed it back a little bit in more recent times, but maybe if it was like that before, it probably still is. Excuse me. But
Oh,
what was it? I don't remember what I was gonna say actually. All I know is I can't go to the United States, even if I wanted to, and even if COVID wasn't there, because I do not have a passport.
no stinky Canadians allowed in America.
How
Only
dare
stinky
you?
Americans.
Hey, how come Lotus has her friend who came down from Canada, and I'm not allowed to go?
Clearly, they destinkified their Canadianness. They don't
Uh,
smell like maple leaves. They smell like burgers.
Snoot.
That's
Burger.
burger.
Snoot, Lotus and I have been dying anytime someone mentions burger. Like, it's not even just because of your joke, because American burger. But it's because we have a Twitch clip from the Left 4 Dead stream that it was Mox, Lotus, and I, where I said a comment on burger, and it just became a reoccurring joke between at least the two of us. I think we've referenced it with Mox, but I don't really know if he's as much in on it as we are.
He probably isn't.
But we lose our mind over burger anytime burger gets brought up.
Burger.
Alright, chat, we're actually going to not be focusing on Fallout New Vegas right now. I'm pulling up burger. I am pulling up the burger clip just so we can watch the burger clip.
I'm excited. I'm gonna unmute the stream.
God, I hope I remember where to find it though, because it might not be super popular. Is there a way to search clips?
I don't think so. You could control F.
Control F. Not a bad idea, not a bad idea. Okay, so it's not in the first wave. What about the second wave? No, not in the second wave. Third wave. Fourth. Fifth. Where's burger? It's not this unpopular. Okay, Discord. I'm sure I would have uploaded the burger one here. Burger, 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 burger. There it is, burger.
Burger.
That would have been in September 23rd. Here we go, here we go. Okay, well, now I have to pull it up and open it properly on the Twitch. Okay, that's not opening it. That's opening my stream. Let me try again. I lost it. God damn it.
You're no fun.
Great, people can hear it, but they can't see it. Let me try again. No, you know what? We're just gonna watch it with this screen, I guess. Hup.
Unfortunately, I cannot see it because there are ads.
Oh no, I haven't actually pulled it up yet, so you're not missing much. Good for you. And don't worry, Snoo, you have the friend benefit. I can halt anything in the stream to adhere to what you need.
Excellent. There is just one more 30-second ad.
Yay. I should consider turning down my ads because people keep on saying there's lots. But then I'm just like, Money?
I mean, that is how you get the money. If people aren't like frequently donating or subscribing through ads.
Mm-hmm. Now let me see here. I hope I don't pull up the wrong thing. Ah, I did it.
Okay.
Hooray.
Okay, I am good to go whenever.
Yes, good. I just need to balance out this location, and that should be good enough. I hope. Maybe. Maybe not, but even if it isn't, oh well. It's a very short, only 24 seconds, but let's go. Right after I unmute it, because I was gonna be dumb.
You're no fun.
My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
What? Do they only like burger?
Burger.
Fucking
I
Americans.
love burger.
Hamburger.
Hamburger. Oh, I'm by myself, aren't I?
We're all by ourselves. You're no fun.
I don't know if that was even loud enough.
My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
What? Do they only
Burger.
like burger?
What? They don't like burger?
Fucking.
But we lose our minds anytime someone's brought up burger, because burger keeps resurfacing over and over ever since that day.
To be fair, there are many burger memes.
Burger. No, but it's not a
Burger.
burger, it is burger.
Burger.
We love
Hamburger.
burger.
Hamburger.
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 Pink Panther?
Love Pink Panther. I haven't seen Pink Panther since I was a little kid, though.
I didn't even see it the full way through. I didn't have a good attention span when it came to live action stuff.
What? Wait, live action? Excuse me?
Well, I don't know which Pink Panther you're talking about. I'm talking about the one
I'm
with
talking about the cartoon.
Yeah, well, you said you didn't, what, did you say you didn't see it all, or you didn't finish it?
I said I haven't seen it since I was a little kid.
Since you haven't seen it since you were a little kid. Okay. No, but I'm talking about the live action movie Pink Panther.
There's a live action movie called Pink Panther.
It's not about the Pink Panther, but
Then
I
why the
think
fuck
there's,
would you call the movie
back
that?
who
It was a
call it.
stupid idea.
I don't. No, because it always confused me, because I was like, this isn't the Pink Panther. No, but, what is it?
Not that pink rapscallion. Probably made more than a few children into furries.
It's the Pink Panther. My mistake. Yeah, but the Pink Panther is actually, like, it's like he's in the promotional art. I just don't know how he's relevant, because I never watched it, really. Who stars in it? I'm not good at pulling up things to see it. Kevin Kline, Steve Martin, and Beyonce. Those are the
There was a
three
second
big
one.
names. Yeah, Pink Panther too.
There's Pink Panther, Get a Clue. What the fuck? What? How many of these are there?
I have no idea.
Hey,
I knew about Pink Panther 1 and Pink Panther 2.
oh, okay. I was just looking at a different promotional poster.
Yeah. Son of the Pink Panther.
Apparently, it on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 21% with an average rating of 4.1 out of 10. People didn't like this movie.
Oh, wow.
Who would have guessed?
Pink Panther films. The Pink Panther. A Shot in the Dark. Inspector Clouseau. Clouseau? I don't know. The Return of the Pink Panther. The Pink Panther Strikes Again. Revenge of the Pink Panther. Trail of the Pink Panther. Curse of the Pink Panther. Son
Is the
of
guy on the
Pink
poster
Panther.
supposed to be like the guy that the Pink Panther always fucked with?
I don't know. I never, again, never really watched the actual Pink Panther. like movies. I only saw bits and pieces.
I mean, the Pink Panther like cartoon was more or less like a bunch of different shorts and such.
Yeah. No, but I mean the movie itself.
Oh,
I never watched the Pink Panther movie.
I
I
had
only
never
saw-
heard of it until now.
Basically, the only reason I thought of it though is because there's a part where it's like he's supposed to have like a bit of an accent to him, and then when he tries to pronounce hamburger, he's like hamburger.
Yeah, it's a really bad French accent.
Yeah. Hold on, I want to look at Pink Panther and that scene now. Pink Panther hamburger scene. Yes. It's 2 minutes and some. I'm gonna mute my stream. I don't
Kids
care.
thrive here.
Kids
So I
thrive
saw-
here, but we don't want to hear about it. I don't want this advertisement. I want the Pink Panther. I would like to buy a hamburger. Hamburger. Are you watching this scene at the same time?
I am. I would like to buy that book.
Bye-bye.
I feel like you should get the fan in the way he says hamburger as one of your like sound notifications.
A hamburger. Aw.
He's so desperate.
He tries.
He's so desperate to say hamburger. He really wants to buy a hamburger.
He really does. He's got to blend in with the Americans.
He does. He's got to learn how to say hamburger.
No, it's hamburger.
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 I would like to buy a 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 hamburger. Man, I haven't seen that scene in so many years. That makes me think of my father though. Cause like, are you not near the end yet?
No, I already finished. It's just the line of it makes me think of my father.
You see, we went to a McDonald's and my dad really wanted to get a hamburger. Just starts. He stares at the cashier and is just like, I'd like to buy a hamburger. Hamburger.
Like he just says that to them. I'll be honest, as someone who works in customer service, I just wouldn't even blink at that. I'd just be like, sure thing, bud, one hamburger coming up.
No, but after my father got his brain injury way back when.
Oh, your dad had a brain injury too.
Yeah, he went into a diabetic coma, and then when he came to, it was then. I would have been, I think, 8 or 9.
Oh wow, wow. So same trauma. Handshake.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I was about 10 when my dad had his he fell 30 feet and hit the pavement with his head.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
But anyway, after he got his brain injury, he got a lot more like slurry with his words, and if people wouldn't understand him or try to guess what he's trying to say, he'd get like kind of like how the guy was getting at the end, desperately
Oh,
trying to say it, but like in a more frustrated way than how it was in the burger scene.
I mean, same here with my dad. Like, dude, honestly, it would start to piss me off when people just like wouldn't sit the fuck down and shut up and let him try to get out the words he could.
Yeah.
Because to me, it felt like I could understand it perfectly fine. You just had to give him a second. You had to be a little patient. But people kept trying to like hurry him up and like guess what he was saying, and they would guess wrong, and I'd be like, hey, shut up, let him get out a couple more words and I can tell you what he's trying to say.
Yeah. The thing is, I did the same all the time. The only thing is, my father'd get like heavily upset with me if I ever tried to tell people what he was trying to say. Because he'd be like, no, I've got it. And then still try. But yeah, the night he got his, hey?
Sorry, I was just coughing.
Okay, I didn't know if you were going to say something and I didn't want to cut you off. But the night my father got his brain injury, he got, like, not hands-on with anybody, but just extremely violent. Just, like, slamming around anything in the little hospital area. And, I was a sweet little baby boy, and I was terrified. And the nurses, like, brought me behind the desk where I was, like, crying a little bit. And my father, like, stomped over and pushed his way through to get to the behind the desk to, like, get very close to my face and then yell at me to stop crying and how everything's okay. But it's like he did it in a very aggressive, angry way, and since then I always had, like, that easy shaken nature to me.
Yeah, that's a traumatic moment for like any kid, honestly.
Yeah. And
Like,
it's
I'm
like,
sure in your dad's head he was thinking, like, he wasn't thinking that he was being aggressive, but
yeah, he just tried to comfort,
that's
but he was also in the position of just full on getting just up from a brain injury.
yeah, that's the brain injury for you.
Hmm.
Sorry to say, a brain injury really fucks with your head.
No, I know, and I've been very understanding about that since I like first understood how that all was. Because obviously, little kid brain is like, oh, he'll be okay, probably. He's just a little mad.
Yeah, when I was first like told the news, I didn't even like understand the gravity of the situation that was being told to me. So I
Mm,
got picked up from school by my sister, and my sister was like blubbering and sobbing while driving us down the street to go home. And I'm just sitting there, just being like, I don't like she's sad, and I recognize that she's sad, but I'm not really listening to her. I'm more so trying to comfort her because she was crying.
yeah,
And then it's not until I actually like got a photo of my mom with him in the hospital, because this was like across the state of Alaska, that I
yeah.
realized, oh, he's hurt really bad and he might not live.
Mm,
Which he did. He lived for a good uh 12 more years.
that's good at the very least.
Yeah, honestly, I feel he probably would have lived a lot longer if my mom didn't pass away. Is that weighed down on him super hard, like harder than anyone else in the family.
Oh, definitely. Mm.
Is your
Uh,
dad still around?
he's still around, but it's just he's only gone downhill. And he is diabetic, and he still has a lot of close calls, like way too many. And it's only
I bet.
because he lives in like one of those. He lives in one of those buildings where it's like everyone has their own bedroom, but they all share the one big home.
Oh, like a retirement home?
No, it's like just six people.
Hospice
I
care? No, hospice is like when they come into your house, isn't it? I don't remember.
I don't know. It's basically he lives in a residence like an apartment building, but instead of apartments, they each have their own like bedroom and then they share like a kitchen and a living room. But it's not like just a house because it's owned by a landlord.
Okay.
I
Yeah, I
don't
get
know
what
if
you're
that's like
saying.
just roommates or there's a name for it. Somebody told me a name for it, which is why I'm not saying it's just roommates. But I
That
don't.
that sounds familiar. There is a program here in our town that does exactly that. That I
Yeah,
almost applied for since, I had nearly 10 years of experience with that, but
yeah.
I decided against it because honestly, working with people who could easily get sick and die, I don't think my heart could have taken it.
Yeah. The thing with this place, it's like everyone's there just as a resident. Like my father isn't there for any treatment or anything, or
Yeah,
like
he's
somebody
just
to
there
watch
to have
over
someone
him.
take care of them.
Not even that. It's just his home. It's where he lives. There's nobody there who's supposed to like watch over him or anything. He's just living his life as he is. It's just with a group of other people who are more healthy, but no obligation to watch over him or anything.
I see. Okay, now that's really weird then. I would have assumed that, like, they had hired people to, take care of the people that live there.
No, everyone there
Okay.
just kind of either is on the side of look out for themselves, look out for each other. But
Okay.
my father's never like for most of my life, he's always not been in good health. And even the night he got his brain injury, have you ever dealt with somebody going through a diabetic coma?
Yes, that's actually how my mom died.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Should I hold that story, do you think?
No, you can talk about it.
All right.
Honestly, it's only during the month of September that her death really weighs down on me, because that's the month she died. But
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll just say my story then. So obviously I'm a little innocent boy who hasn't been hit by too much of a harsh reality by this point. Um, but the way that it went for my father, he got diabetic comas a lot. Like it was such a common thing that I just thought it was a normal thing that people go through. And
oh, okay.
basically my parents' room was right next to mine. Hold on, I'm sitting up. Ugh, there we go. And now I have to burp though. Excuse me. Okay. So my parents' room was next to mine, and usually I'd hear my mom start like yelling at him to like, "Hey, wake up," and keep yelling his name and blah blah blah. And I was always worried because I was like, "Oh, is something going on? Do you need help? Do you need a hand?" And it's just like, "No, go to bed. I'll deal with it." Blah blah blah. And it's like it was always like that all the time. And then she'd rush to get like ice cream to try and get his sugars up, I think. And
Oh, he had a problem with low blood sugar, not high blood sugar?
yeah, always low blood sugar. He always has that issue. But so then that became just commonplace for me because it happened for years and years. I can remember ages 4 through 11 almost as clear as day. Anything like 12 and up is where I start to forget things. But I know it was like at least age 4 to that point where I'm gonna say age 9. I think I was 9. But up in between those 2 points, he just had them like maybe once a month or so. Like it was a very common thing, maybe 2 times a month. So anytime my mother would have that little fit, I'd be like, oh, okay, it's just this happening again. And it's like the paramedics had their times where they came by a lot. And again, it became such a common thing where I was just like, this is just what happens. And I didn't really see it as the worst thing, because I'm like, oh, my dad always gets through this. This is pretty common.
Yeah, it just becomes so normal that, you just assume, he'll be fine.
Yeah. And then, on this night, my mom didn't drive. She didn't have a license. And he got taken to the hospital, and we couldn't, like, ride with them in the ambulance. So we went over to our neighbors and asked, like, hey, listen, this just happened. Can we get a ride? And they had guests over, and one of the guests was just like, oh, you guys stay here and do that. I'll take them to the hospital. Don't worry. And she was very nice about it. Dropped us off, and we got up there, and he was already back up and awake by the point we got there. But he was slurring his words a lot. He was looking around a lot more confused. And, like, a lot more droopy-eyed. And it's like you could already tell he wasn't his normal self. And nothing was really right. And when he climbed out of bed, he started to just kind of walk around. But, like, struggle walk. Kind of like stutter stepping and then having very stiff movements. And basically...
Yeah, like he's basically got a club leg.
Yeah. And basically, they had, like, locked doors, so you couldn't leave without, like, a nurse letting you out. Just to keep any riled up patients in, just in case.
Yeah.
So when he realized he couldn't get out, he kept walking in a circle, because this place had, like, a big loop. And he kept waddling around there, and he was yelling and yelling and yelling. If anything got in his way, like, not people, he didn't lay a single hand on any people, but if any objects were in his way, he'd kick them around, or he'd smack them out of the way, and he'd just keep pushing everything and screaming. And obviously, there were other patients in a series of other rooms. Some of them were understanding and said, like, oh, yeah, it's okay, I understand, like, something's not right with him, but I just felt bad for them. But, yeah, he just kept doing that, and then there was the point where I was starting to freak out, get a little panicky, because I was already anxious kid, but, like, not pushed to my limit before. So, dealing with that, I went, like, full-on panic mode, super breakdown crying. And the nurses took me behind the desk, that way I wouldn't have to, like, be in range of my father. And my mother and several doctors tried to calm him down and all that, walking with him the whole time. So then, when he did the thing where he came behind the desk and all that, one nurse just started to kind of walk me out from behind the desk and told another nurse, listen, like, take him out these locked doors and just, keep him calm, talk to him, blah, blah, blah. And basically we just sat, and she just let me, like, look around the hospital and just kind of explore this one big hallway. And I was just like, hallway. I was just so happy, because hallway.
Yes. An empty hospital hallway. How entertaining.
I was a kid. I was easily entertained. And I also I was obsessed anytime somebody showed me a room that I hadn't been in. I just really loved new rooms. But yeah,
like a sense of exploring, really.
Yeah. So I still have that feeling. I love going into a new room somewhere. If I have a way to weasel my way into a room, that I have not been in, I will try to find a way. As long as it's like, not like authorized personnel only. I have my limits. But anyway, but after all that happened, we headed home without him. And every single time he was ever taken to the hospital, we'd always drive home with him. But this was the first and only time he ever didn't come back with us, and that's when I kind of clicked and knew, like, oh god, something's actually, like, really bad here. And then that led down to a big spiral of just downfalls. He got switched across the province for so many different hospitals. We would often have to get snuck out of the hospitals, and he'd have to get, like, locked in rooms in order for us to leave.